Welcome, everybody, to the Sunday first race of the Sabbath Day Series here, brought to you by the Superstock League and some other guys. And we're at Michigan International Speedway, and it's a 2-mile banked D-shaped speedway located off U.S. Highway 12 in Michigan. The village it's actually in is Brooklyn, Michigan. I've been there personally. It's pretty cool. I'm here today with my good friend and co-host Josh Hall. Welcome, Josh.
Hey Joe, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. Ready to see some Michigan action. How about you?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a great track, fun track, wide open, a lot of speed, a lot of drafting. It's going to be a good race.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been watching these warm-ups. These guys have been doing some bump drafting, some good pushing, and things of that nature. One of the things that they've run into a couple times I've been watching is getting somebody loose. Is there a special way to push these guys or what?
Man, these cars are so sensitive. You really can't just slam the car behind you're pushing. You really got to ease up on them, get real tight to them, then give them a good push. Especially if you're in the corner. If you hit them too hard, you're just going to spin them right around.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of those things that a lot of these guys who like to do a lot of pushing don't realize is that third car. If he pushes that second car is in the worst position possible, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, once you get that sandwich going, it really gets that middle car out of shape, and it can be disastrous for sure.
So who we got the fastest on the board right now, Josh?
Oh, right now we got Amy Catalino running right now. Ran a 49.113, so that's fastest on the track. Second fastest is Amy Catalino 2 with a 49.114. So we would watch them. They've been hooked up together pretty well. So
just so
they're
everybody
two to
out
watch
there,
right there.
just so everybody out there understands that I don't think that both drivers are named Amy Catalano. It might be their mother's credit card they use. How about you? What do you think?
Something like that, or it could be a husband wife, or it could be a couple different things. So
True. Or
but,
somebody who likes to have two accounts so they can get on iRating up in one or the other.
that's true, but definitely related if they're going to be pushing each other and being fast like that.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see how this race goes. No resets. 40 laps, right?
Yeah, 40 laps. Looks like there's going to be a couple heat races first, but yeah, definitely having lack of resets really changes the way you're going to drive these cars. I mean, it's sim racing, things happen, but you definitely want to be clean. These cars are super sensitive airily, especially on a track like this.
It looks like the 64 might have stolen a paint job and got the front end there a little different.
Yeah, I just noticed that. At first, I thought he had some bear bond on the front of that thing or something. But
looks pretty cool, though. Let's check out our buddy Ryan Battle. Looks like he's pulling off the track now. I've seen him in some past intensity broadcasting races where he was pretty aggressive. He's been putting in work though, and the admin for this race I think is Ian Martin, and he's the guy who runs the league. He runs the 98. He'll be running tonight as well.
Yeah, Kevin was pretty fast too. Fourth on the board here, 49.2. So not quite up there with the Amy's, but not that far off either.
We got a couple Kyles too. Kyle Harbin, Kyle Hall running 8th and 9th.
Yep.
Michael Varadis, Andrew Freeling, James Batzer. I've heard that name before.
Yeah, it's a familiar one there.
Yep, I think he's actually the one who hosted this session. So thanks to James for that.
It looks like practice is going to be wrapping up here in about 30 seconds, and we'll get right on to those heat races, which will be fun. Now, heat racing is always fun. Really helps you set the field, but also let you know how your car is and how everybody else's cars are reacting too.
Yeah, I've never done any heat racing, actually. In all the years that we've been iRacing together, I've never done any heat racing at all. And I know it's a fairly newer feature in iRacing, right, Josh?
Yeah, that came out just before Dirt came out, so about 2 years ago, but it's not something you normally see. I know me and Joe, we typically run the NASCAR stuff, the Cup Series, Truck Series. You really don't see the heat racing like that. I've dabbled in the dirt recently, so the heat racing is something unique. It brings a different feel. It brings that old school short track vibe definitely to the sim, that's for sure.
Yeah, I love watching the watching the dirt track and stuff, and I actually enjoy riding in the trophy trucks. The dirt track stuff looks so real. It's like we have a dirt track right up the road here in Virginia, and if you watch it on iRacing and you go to the track, I mean, it's super similar. I mean, I can't even begin to explain to you how awesome that is to be able to see those guys in real life, but to see a sim bring it to life the way they have is pretty ridiculous. How about them 87s? I see you've been doing a lot of 87 driving.
Yeah, I finally got my first finish in one of the 87 cars.
See, I can't
And
even
ended
turn
up,
a lap in one at Talladega, which is sad because you'd think like, man, we race there every week, but nope, can't even
definitely a
turn a lap.
different beast.
Yeah,
So yeah, I was complaining to a friend of mine that I hadn't finished the race yet, and finally finished the race. Finished that race in first. So it's always nice to finish one in first. Last. I mean, I think they're the most fun car on the sim right now.
yeah. I think I can get into it if I put the time into it because I was actually enjoying myself. I like the fact that they're loose. I like a loose race car. I don't necessarily like a car that's tight, you know.
Yeah,
So
they're a different beast for sure, and yeah, it's you gotta learn how to drive all over again. I give a lot of use to race those things like that because that's I'll tell you what, it takes a special kind of person to drive that.
yeah, absolutely. So right now it's showing us in qualifying, but no cars are on track. I'm not sure what their intentions are. Are they talking? Are they doing a drivers meeting? Do you hear them at all, Josh?
I don't, but let me see if I can tune in there. Give me just a moment.
Yep.
So it looks like it's single car qualifying at the moment. We can't see it right now, unfortunately, but uh, we do have 3 cars who have qualified single car laps right now.
Gotcha.
Uh,
So yeah, this series brought to our attention, or well, I guess they we're broadcasting for iRacing Super Stock League and the Mason Dixon Racing Series. And both of those guys got together. They wanted to do a Sunday night street stock thing and see how it goes. And looks like they've had a pretty nice turnout. And we got some cars that have turned some laps now. So
yeah, it looks like definitely single car speeds are down from what the drafting was for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, Ian up there at the top right the board right now with a 49.7, so
Yep.
pretty good lap right there.
And so in the private leagues, when you have to type in a password to get in, we can't come in as spectators, and so therefore we're not able to see the qualifying um, like you would on a normal broadcast. So that's one of the problems right now. While we're not seeing broadcasting for that. Did you know that
So right now,
Michigan's the fastest track in NASCAR now? Since
it
there's
is.
no restrictor plates there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've had the opportunity to go there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. But my uncle goes every year, and he tells me it's an incredible track to be at. I mean, 213, 214 miles an hour into turn one,
Yep,
unrestricted.
that's crazy.
Uh, Especially with the new rules package in NASCAR with the um, aero ducts and everything. There's so much downforce on those cars that get into that corner. It's incredible.
What should
Run
we
five
be What should we be
wide.
seeing with these guys in the street stocks? You think 2, 3 wide, or you think single file? We watch Charlotte races, and these guys will run just single file, and it's hard to pass. You think
Well,
we'll have more of an
Charlotte.
opportunity here?
Yeah, this track's probably twice as wide as Charlotte for sure in the corners. It's very wide, very progressive banking. Definitely lets you get 2, 3, 4 wide. You even see in the Cup cars they'll drive right down on the apron. I don't know if these guys are going to have the setup to do that or not, but if you can get down there at the bottom, or you can run right up against the wall,
Yeah.
carry the speed off the corner,
Speaking of
it gives you a lot of
sets,
opportunities.
they're running a fixed set, which means that all the guys are going to be running the same set. So again, it's all going to be about the line, the abuse on the tires, the ability to draft somebody, get a partner, team up on people. Those are a lot of things that are going to come into play. You and I are used to doing that on Friday nights. Get those are great races. If anybody ever checks those out at A class or above, you can get on there Friday nights and Tuesdays. We do the short tracks. So in August 1994, Ernie Irvin at Michigan crashed in an early morning practice session. He was extricated and airlifted to St. Joseph's Hospital. And they gave him only a 10% chance of surviving the night because he hit the wall doing 170 miles an hour. I didn't even know about that. I do kind of remember it. Is that what messed his eye up?
Yes. Yeah, there's been a couple of really, really incredible and nasty wrecks at this track for sure. I remember the hit that McDowell took back in 2007, I want to say, in the 00 car. Not long after Rudiman did the tumble at Texas. I think it was the next year. And I remember that car almost got over outside. I think Kenny Schrader's even rolled one over here. This track, things happen incredibly quick around here.
So do Indy cars still go to Michigan Speedway?
Or I think they stopped for safety reasons.
Yeah, I was just going to say, fast. In 96, Emerson Fittipaldi, which would have been an IndyCar driver, had a 7th cervical vertebrae smashed. And it actually ended his professional career.
I actually remember watching that race, and the car split in half. I mean, it's a crazy. Cause you got to think the speeds those things are going to be carried around here. I want to say they were probably 220, almost 230 at the time.
I'll stick with sitting here in my sim and staying safe. How about you? I'm trying to live.
What? Being in a car is a totally different experience, and when you buckle into a car in real life, you kind of forget all that stuff.
I know. And that's the dangerous part about it, because I think I have that need for speed where if you put me in a real race car, I don't think I'm lifting ever for any reason. I'm gonna ride it on the ragged edge of dying.
Yep. So I actually had the opportunity a couple of years ago. I think you remember this. I actually drove a couple of races at my local speedway, Stafford, Connecticut, Stafford Motor Speedway, and their street stock division. They call it the Dare Stocks there. And before actually turning a lap there, I ran a few laps here on iRacing just to kind of get the line, get the feel in the street stocks.
And how did you
do? Both races, I had top 10 finishes. So
that's pretty good. How many cars were there? 10?
No. One race had 14 and the other one had 17. Nice. So for, just being a sim racer and getting into a real car and having that feel and having those two finishes, I mean, the race that had 17 cars, I had a 6th place finish. So
for years we ran with Alan Tardif. Did you see his most recent stuff?
He's Alan had an iRacing car. Run. Alan had a great run today. I know he was fastest in practice at one point. He finished 5th.
Yep, I saw that.
In his feature race today. So
congrats good for him. To him. Congrats, Alan, if you see this. Awesome job, buddy. And you got the iRacing sponsor. I mean, that's a pretty decent sponsor if you ask me.
Alan's doing some things.
Yeah, he is. What's his day job? UPS driver, right?
He's a UPS driver. He's a UPS driver, and he runs his own graphics studio. Does T-shirts. He does wraps and decals, things like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I always liked racing with Alan. He was super aggressive, fun to drive with. I wish he'd come back and run with us sometime.
Had this conversation with him. I just know his internet can't hold it right now where he's at. Yeah, well, but he's itching to get back on.
Well, he's that's even funnier. He's got iRacing as a sponsor, but he get his crappy internet. Come on, iRacing, fix it. Fix his internet. All right. We got about 40 seconds left in the qualifying session. Looks like all the cars, I think, have qualified. And at the top of the board, we got the 88 Carl Staton running 2. That's pretty good. Who you got for second?
Ian Martin finished up in second there with a 49.788. And then Andrew Irving with a 49.901.
Nice.
So it'll be interesting to see the how these these heat races turn out here.
Yeah, absolutely. When we get here going in a second, we'll be able to give more info on that stuff. But as of right now, I'm not sure how they're running the heat races. I think it would probably be the top 8 or 9, probably, right? Because they want to split the field in half.
Yeah, let's see here. So Heat 1 is going to be gridding 1 is going to be Andrew Freeling in the 11 car. Gridding number 2 is going to be Ron Morris 3. Gridding number 3 is Kyle Hairbin. Gridding 4 is Ken Zemas. 5th is going to be Matt McClure. And that's going to be this heat race right here.
Yep, the whole 5-car heat race. So I guess the top 12 will have their own heat race as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go from there. So what do you expect to see from this one, Josh? You think they're going to just get in line and let her run, or you think you're going to see some guys trying to move up? I mean, this is going to be, I think this is going to set the back of the field here.
Yeah, especially a track like Michigan where drafting is such an important part and getting track position is going to be a big part. I actually think they're going to run pretty hard here to get some position here.
Very good. Well, we'll see. And they should start rolling here in a second. I think everybody's gridded.
Yep. Plus, it's the first heat race of the season here. So that's a little bit of bragging rights to get that first win under the belt.
Absolutely. I'm the patience guy. I'm the guy who's trying to be patient as I can until like 20 to go. So, I mean, as long as you know you're in the feature, patience. Figure it out. I'd say this is the race you figure it out, right?
Absolutely, and that's what I was just about to say. Is try to figure out what your car's going to do, how your car's going to react around other cars, and definitely see what you can and can't do. I mean, there's not as many cars on the track, so if you mess up, there's a better chance of you not wrecking the car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, pace car's rolling. And ready to get this underway. This is going to be a 6-lap heat race.
And it looks like this is going to, the pace car lights are out, so we're going to be going green. Next time they come to the line, you'll see the pace car duck off, and we'll be getting this season of Sunday Sabbath running. And yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
So I did see somebody ask if there's passing under the white line, and was responded with yep. So there is no out of bounds on this track.
Listen. Do you remember a couple Tuesdays ago when Bobby Labonte went as far below the white line as he could?
Yeah, unfortunately,
the only line you can't pass underneath is a yellow, according to Bobby. So I'm with these guys. Let's go. Let's pass below the white line. Let's get underneath them.
Yeah,
you can do it.
Double yellow. As long as it's not a double yellow line, like on the highway, it's fair game.
Man, 3 weeks in a row, second place. I'm done. I'm over it. All right, here we go. Pace car should be ducking off as we come out of 4. And then Josh is going to come up with some really cool thing to say about green flags.
And here they come to the start zone. Green flags in the air, and they're rocking it in right here.
There we go. It looks like the 11 of Freeling's going to take that initial lead. And the 90 had a great bump on the back of the 76. We'll see if they can get hooked up there.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing on the start there, trying to get all the momentum. They got one hung up on the outside out there. It's not really where you want to be when everybody's single file.
Oh, looks like the 23 made a move outside. 90's going to go with him. Everybody's going to go with him. Is it going to work? This will tell us right now if that draft on the outside will work. Look, maybe we have a 3 wide here. Nope. 11's fast by himself out front.
Absolutely. You got the 75 coming up here, or 76 now coming up through here. He's going to be helping out those 2 on the bottom, and looks like he's got a pretty good run coming up off the corner. 3 wide as they come through the tri-oval.
Yeah, awesome. Entering down into turn 1. They're still going to be 3 wide, and now we got the 76 getting up on that rear bumper, the 11, giving a little shove into the corner. Still 3 wide, 2 back. Wild. This is good racing. This is going to be a fun race to watch, Josh, once we get them all out there. It's going to be pretty crazy. Looks like the 11
Absolutely.
dumped down a little bit. Now we got 4 wide. Oh! A little
A little
action
bit
there.
of contact.
Yep,
They saves it.
they did.
Nice save by Ron Morris right there.
Absolutely.
It looks like Max McClure just kind of backed out of it. He's slowing down. He saw that transpiring. He didn't really want to be up in there.
Yeah, the 23's up there pushing with the 90. The 8, I don't know if he's playing it safe, seeing the contact that happened, but he's laying back a little bit.
Remember, it's only a 6-lap race, so here we are in lap 3. He could be just trying to save it to get that big run.
Oh, little
big
contact
slingshot.
there. 11 takes the left rear of the 90 and pushed him up the track there.
Yeah, back to 3 wide down the backstretch. Trying to 3 wide here in the corner. Nope. 3 wide in the back. 8 cars up on the high line now. Trying to make something happen.
Oh, 90's low, getting underneath the 23. Pass for the lead, coming to the stripe. Looks like he's going to clear him going into 1.
And that's just a power move, you know. Trying to get that draft, get that side draft going.
Yeah, he got a really good run on him, and then even gave him a little left rear side draft to get that extra momentum, get that push by. Here comes the 76 on the low side. Looks like he's going to try the same thing on the 90.
Yeah, he just has no help on the outside, and not having any help out there, it's not going to help your momentum at all.
Yeah, and that's a long way around, Josh. You know, I love living on the outside of the super speedways, and, you know, you can get around people out there, but you got to have that help.
Look at that, 3 wide pass for the lead.
Almost 4 wide now.
Almost 4 wide.
Ooh, 11 got in the grass a little bit there. 76 to the line. He's leading at the line, the 76. Rob Morris.
There they are, down on the apron, trying to make it 4 wide down there. That's not going to work usually.
No.
It'll never work out in your favor. I think that 8 car is just kind of the 8 car of Max McClure. It looks like he's just kind of laying back.
He's going to creep in
up.
right now. He sees that 2 to go. He's going to creep up in there now. Some really good racing. These guys are respecting each other. A lot of give and take here. Fun to watch. Let's see who's got it at the line.
Dive down to the apron.
The 90 at the line. And he's on the outside getting the push from the 23 as they enter into 1. Looks like the 76 has got him by a nose coming out of 2. And now 90's going to push toward the wall and a little push down the backstretch. Maybe keep that momentum up. But the 8, here comes the 8. Is he going to get in the action, Josh?
Looks like it. I mean, Max McClure looks like he's going to try to find the line that's moving and get in it. As they go 4 wide through the corner.
Uh-oh, here he comes. Through the middle, he's shooting the gap. Oh, there's contact. Oh, stay off the wall. Oh, 8 hits the inside wall hard as they come to the line, and it's going to be the 90.
Ken Zames.
Awesome finish.
Oh,
11
one goes
sliding through the
grass.
field. Great finish. Great racing, guys. It was awesome to watch.
Man, that was only 5 of them on the track. Wait till we get more.
That was fun to watch. I want to be out there. I don't want to be doing this. I want to be out there. Good job to Ken Zames on that first race of the series win.
Kyle Harbin coming in 2nd, Ron Morris in 3rd, Andrew Freeling in 4th, and Max McClure finishing out in 5th in that heat race.
I had Ron Morris 2nd. Did you have Ron Morris 2nd?
Yes, I did.
All right, cool.
Now, for the 2nd heat race.
All right, well, how about we pull Ian Martin into the booth and see what he expects from this heat race?
Absolutely.
Hey there, Ian, you got us? It's Joe in the booth.
Yes, I got you.
Hey, man, so this is a second heat race. What do you expect to see from this one? That was some wild 3 and 4 wide in the last one.
There actually isn't a second heat race. It skipped it and just put everybody advancing. So this is the feature.
Oh, perfect. That's even better. So, okay, what do you expect from the feature?
I don't know. I thought I was on pole, so when I gridded up, I was like, "Oh, I got out qualified. There goes those 3 bonus points."
Yeah, Carl Staten outrode you just by a little bit, but he got you.
Yeah, last night in the Mason-Dixon Racing League, we had the whole top 4 within a thousandth of a second in qualifying.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, well, good luck and keep that thing clean. See you at the end.
Yep, thank you.
I'm going to grab Carl real quick, Josh.
All right.
Hey, Carl, this is Joe and Josh in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, good job getting the pole here. Ian didn't even know you had it until he gridded, he said. So here you're coming down the backstretch. What do you expect to do here coming to the green?
I'm just gonna try to get out in front of Ian, just hold him back. He's always on your bumper and trying to get around you. He's a hell of a race car driver, so let's try to hold him behind me.
Perfect. You got anybody watching the broadcast?
I'm aware of. Just do this for fun and just have a good time.
All right. Well, good luck, Carl. We'll see you at the end, hopefully.
Guys.
All right, so it looks like they're hanging back from the pace car just a little bit. Trying to get a good run to the green flag here. Pace car is off.
Green flag.
And the green is out to start this 40-lap event.
There we go. 88's going to clear the 98 going into 1, it looks like. But here comes the 98 on the outside. We got 3 wide at the back already, Josh.
Yeah, I knew they were going to get 3 wide spread out right here in the first lap. Now, they were watching that heat race, seeing that you could run 3-4 wide easily. So they come off of turn 2, 2x2x2 in the back.
Oh, little contact from the 17 on the 98, and they jump down the inside.
Yep, Ian looks like he's making a run on that 88 car.
Yep, and he's going to clear him.
A little bit of help from Andrew Ewing right there. Three wide off of turn 3.
Ian Martin at the stripe. And Carl's coming ahead on the outside all by himself without help, still holding that spot there.
That's impressive to be up there by yourself. That's for sure.
I think so, too.
Usually when you're out there by yourself, you're just going backwards.
Yeah, is he just holding the steering wheel to the right, keeping those wheels straight, keeping that speed up? I mean, we see that with NASCAR. A lot of times they can ride that wall and keep that speed up. And you would think that with these street stocks that you're bogging those cars down a bit in the corner.
Yeah, looks like Amy Catalino's coming up here to give a little bit of help to that 88 car.
Oh, yeah. Big push
like
from the 64.
Yep, second line starting to get formed up now, too. So
Ooh, we had
a little bit of contact.
Like
and you got the 63 down in the grass, yeah. They continue to be double file through the first 4 rows.
That 64 and the 88 are teamed up. They got the 2 coming into action now. Going to help them get that push down the backstretch. Oh, looks like the 64 dumped the 88 down. Let's see if he swings down and gets in front of Ian here. Yep. And that's what he'll do going into 3. Oh, contact, 64 88. What happened there, Josh? Think the 88 pushed a bit?
It looked like the 88 pushed a little bit. It looked like the 64 was coming down a little bit of side draft, and 2 cars get into the same real estate. No harm, no foul. Everybody keeps going on.
We never see that in FMD, where people are trying to own the same space. That never happens, right?
Happens all the time.
That's part of the deal, right? Like, can't get mad about it. Just gotta get back up there. So you see the 64 and the 54. The Catalanos are hooked up on the outside now. Oh, loose off the corner though.
Yeah. And that's a tough corner to come off of anyways. It gets so flat there off the corner. It's really easy to get sideways.
Looks like the 88 of Carl Satton's got some help from the 2 of Kenny Zeems now.
That looks like Ian's still down there challenging for the lead.
Look at the 17 of Andrew Ewing rocking that Gentleman Jack car. Love it. Oh, inside. Got to run on the inside. 3 wide going into 1.
All the way down on the apron. This could get ugly.
Well, he
Well, it looks like they're going to give each other enough
Oh,
room. Yep.
maybe not. Oh, 17 hang on to it. Oh, wow. He washed
They're
all the way
still-
down. 3 wide. Oh, they're wrecking. The 22, the
They're-
63, the
All right, man,
23.
caution is out. Caution
Caution's
is
And
out.
out.
I'll bring out the yellow.
All right, let's go back and take a look at that one.
Hey, remember, these guys don't have any resets.
Nope. So that's going to end some people's day.
That looks like a product of when the 17 washed up the track.
Yeah, we can go all the way back to that and see what happened starting there. So let's see. Andrew Ewing. Here we go.
That was just a product of hard racing.
17 gets it loose. He's going to wash up. You see everybody scatter from the wash up. And then the 22 taps the 64. And it's on from there.
And unfortunately, 2 of those cars, the
Ooh, 63 is going to take a hard hit on the right side.
the 63 and the 23, they looked like they were just innocent bystanders. Nowheres to go and just got caught up in it.
Yeah. Let's go inside the 63 here. It's a little late. Oh, he's just making a turn. He doesn't even see it. Oh,
He did it.
54. Oh, 22. Oh, man. Yeah, he had no clue that was coming. Oh, hard hit into the inside wall there.
Just like any kind of super speedway or tracks like this that have drafting, it's going to happen.
It is.
You're not going to see it. It's
You're
gonna,
absolutely right.
hopefully, it's not serious. They can get in there, get it repaired, and get back out.
Let's see if pit lane's busy. Yep, we got a couple cars taking some pit lane action. 3 of them.
I know the street stocks, they don't have quick tire changes like you normally see in NASCAR. Usually a 4-tire stop on these cars takes about 40-45 seconds. So I'm sure they're not going to be pitting for tires. They're just going to go in to get their cars fixed. Maybe take a little bit of fuel. Well, it looks like some of them are
Harbin
taking tires.
got some tires. Catalano's just Catalano's getting left sides. So I would assume they got the right sides as well.
Yep. Because iRacing simulates everything.
And the 63 is rolling.
Yep. Because when you think about what these cars would really have for a crew, maybe 2-3 guys, a jack that takes about 8 pumps to get the car off the ground, and
That's
a
true.
battery-operated impact wrench. So they're not going to be changing tires very quickly.
Go
at all.
down to Langley, they get like a 15-minute break where people can change tires.
Yep.
Looks like the 54 is rolling.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like they had too much damage. Looks like the 23 got the
probably
worst
got
of
the
it.
worst of it. Yep.
We got the field coming through the tri-oval right now. We got Carl Stanton up in the lead here with Ian Martin in second.
Kenny
Kenny
Zeems in third and Kyle Hall in fourth.
Got Ryan Battle and Andrew Ewing making up the third row.
And then you'll have Amy Catalano number 2 with the 64 and Michael Verdes in the 22.
Mike Connolly and James Batzer rolling up the fifth row.
Kenny Zeems and Max McClure.
And rounding out the back is Ron Morris, Andrew Freeling, and Travis Reese, the three that were involved in the accident there.
And then we have Amy Catalano's getting caught up to the field now. And the 23 is finally rolling, getting caught up to the back as well.
Yep. So it looks like there's a couple other cars involved in that just barely got a little bit into it, but wasn't enough to send them to pit road or anything like that. So lights are off on the pace car. They are doubling up. Looks like we'll be going green this time.
So we're only 8 laps into this 40, Josh, and we've already seen some pretty aggressive behavior from some of the guys more toward the back more than the front. The front two have been pretty clean with each other. You expect to see some more of the same?
I do. I mean, these guys are really running for everything they got, and I expect to see more of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're 4 wide coming in turn 1 here as the pace car pulls off on the pit lane.
Green, green, green.
Green's out and we're off. And Staton got a big jump on that outside. As soon as the pace car dumped off, he was out. He said that. I'm not waiting. Let's get this thing rolling.
For him, that's a great thing being clean air, but he's got nobody helping him. He's going to get eaten up here in about half a lap,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
If those 3 get hooked up and they decide to leave him out, he's going to be going backwards. It looks like he's got a good run right now down the backstretch.
Yeah, everybody seems to be strung out single file now. Looks like they've kind of calmed down a little bit and seeing what everybody's got and what's going on around them.
Well, there, Ian using that side draft coming up off of the corner here. You should see a good run down that front stretch.
Absolutely. Looks like he's got a little bit of help coming, too.
Staton's got to worry about that 3 wide with the 87. 87's been working that really super low lane, as we are going to call it. The Josh, can we call it the Josh Hall lane? Is that accurate?
You could call it that because that is down on the apron.
Josh lives on the apron in super speedway races. He loves it down there. So that's why I call it the Josh Hall lane.
As they come down the backstretch 2x2x2. Oh, and the 98 just got a little loose off the front bumper of Kenny Zeems right there.
It's a good look from the right rear.
Absolutely. These guys are just hanging it out there.
Yeah, look at them things sliding sideways through the corner.
Tell you what, that's fun in a dirt car going 100 miles an hour, but at 150, 155, that's a whole different experience.
So you don't get the full experience watching it from afar. But look at these guys are lifting. They're sliding sideways. They're moving all over the place. It don't look like it, but these guys are working the steering wheel left to right, keeping that thing going straight.
I thought Kenny was going to look like he was going to go high there, but it looks like he tucked back in behind Ian, keeping him in the lead there. Looks like Ian's just going to clear. Nope.
Not quite.
Carl's coming back
Super
on the
close,
inside.
though. There's a better look at that battle. You can see how much everybody moves around left to right, left to right. You can see that that's not, you don't get that when you're looking at it from the side of the TV views. Oh, 87's super loose.
And that's really going to help out the 88 there, the 98 of Ian right there, because that's going to keep that 2 on his bumper, and the 88's got no help.
Yeah. 87 got back to him fast there. Oh, and the 2 just
The
left
2
Ian.
like, boom.
Oh, Ian's in the sucker hole. That's what we call that.
Yeah, he's got no help.
Look for Ryan Battle to slide up in there, that 16. I told you, he's aggressive. He's going to be getting up in this action here in a second.
And here's where that bump drafting really comes into play. And like I said, you can't just get on someone's back bumper and slam them. You've got to ease up to that back bumper, roll into it, and really just be gentle. That's going to get, look, some contact. The 98 was all out of shape off the bumper of the 87. They both gather it up. And
you were just talking about it. Can't slam them. Just got to ease into them.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happens if you're just a little too aggressive on that back bumper.
Yeah, that 87's got that right to left sway we see with a lot of the super speedway guys. I think it has a lot to do with the tire model. You were telling me about tire pressures and how some of the tire pressures might cause some people to do that, huh?
Yeah, well, some people like to run really high tire pressures at fast tracks like this because they think it's as they come 3 wide here through the front stretch.
Oh, it's
They
getting
think that
wild.
it is. Looks like they're about to go 4 wide. 3 wide, 2 rows back. Down on the apron, going into turn 1.
Wow. Lots of side drafting going on. That 2's using that right rear to try to get a little run off of Ian. And you'll see him sway down, try to grab a little bit of that air off the rear end and as they push down the backstretch.
Yeah, here's that 16 of Ryan Ballard you're talking about, really coming up the middle here.
Helping Ian out.
Pushing on Ian,
Called
yeah.
that one, didn't I? Yeah, I think these are those cars you can't push in the corner, but you can get up on it on the straightaways.
Absolutely. And if you just roll off going into the corner and then get back onto the straightaway, you'll make up a ton of time. As Ian actually just, I thought he was going to dump Ryan for a second
Oh,
there.
I don't think he's going to dump him. I think he's blocking that outside line, taking the air away for a second. Oh, we got contact between the two.
And they held on. How did they hold on to that?
Yeah, I don't know. These guys are really good with these street stocks, man. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what, if I was out there, I'd be loading up on the trailer right now.
Yep, I'd have been in the infield, hitting the inside wall, yelling at Josh for bumping me. Oh, we got a wreck.
We got a wreck in the back. Uh, 64 of Amy.
All right, man.
Kathleen
Caution is out.
again.
Caution is out.
Who hit the wall? The 7?
Sounds like the 7 and
the
the
11?
Yeah.
And the 22 just went through smoking, too. All right, let's rewind that one back and see what happened there. Looks like the 22 gets into the 64, and the 7 is just a victim.
And he's got nowhere. Oh, the 22 made a hard cut.
Hard hitting outside wall. Yeah. Oh, and then the 76 barreled into him. Oh, man. I think his race is done. Let's check that in-car cam of the 22. That was pretty wild.
That's just a victim of this kind of racing where you've got nowhere to go.
Oh, he stuck his nose in a 3-wide hole. 64 didn't know
3
he
wide
was there.
hole,
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Hang on to it. Oh. And then you're going to feel this. Bam. Oh, there it is. Look at the 76. Wow. Did the 76 have nowhere to go in that or what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've been in this before. I've been in this position before. Up on somebody's bumper, you don't know what's happening. They don't tell you, and you just see the people scatter, and bam, game over. That's what's gonna happen here. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh man! Wow, that's a horrible way to end a night for Ron Morris. Sorry about that, Ron. That's tough. That one sucks.
And it's tough because you just can't see through the car in front of you.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to avoid that one. And the reaction time that you have to be on your game. You have to be ready to do something drastic. Out of luck, you know.
Yeah, and these cars aren't going fast enough to really show tire smoke when they get sideways. Normally in a Cup car or NASCAR High Series, you see the smoke, you know to lift.
Yeah, that's
There was no smoke. There's no smoke to lift.
Looks like the 90 got his damage fixed and he's rolling.
That and the 7 car was off the ground, and the tires don't produce smoke when they're in the air.
The 64 looks like they got fixed up. They were one of the main characters in that one.
Yeah, he just got a little bit into that car. Just got a little bit into the side of the 7, so I don't think they had too much damage.
Yep. There's the 7 rolling off pit road as well.
That car was in the air. I'm surprised that one got fixed so quick.
So it looks like the 22 got the worst of that one, and he was. I mean, I can't blame him, right? That's a hole. He stuck his nose in a hole, But the 64 didn't know he was there, and he might have had to lift to get out of there. Maybe not quick enough. Got the 23 rolling off the road as well. I think they were still fixing damage from the previous wreck. And he just cleared the pace car, barely. He's going to get going.
Yeah, got out just in time.
So it looks like we're going to have Michael Varedes and Ron Morris being done for the day.
Yeah, it's a tough way to end the race. First race of the season. Only 18 laps in.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And those are the only two cars that are a lap down, so the rest of the field is still on the lead lap. You want to take a roll through the field real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. We're coming to the green flag in a minute, too, coming down the backstretch. But you got Ian Martin in the lead, Carl Stanton in second.
Kyle Hall and Ryan Battle 3 and 4.
You got Andrew Uring and Mike Connolly running out the third row.
And then we got Amy Catalano and Andrew Freeling.
And then Kenny Zeems and Amy Catalano 2.
And then James Batzer in the 7. Looks like he's got a clean car still. And Travis Reese. Lots of damage on that ride. And then to round out the top 14 and the 23 of Kyle Harbin, who looks like he's finally got his car pieced back together. They got the hammer and the chisel, and they got that thing rolling. All right.
Looks like he's got to make it back to the field here, too, as they take the green flag.
Green flag's out, and Ian Martin got a huge jump, just like Staton did on the previous restart.
And again, single file all the way through the field to really start.
You know, I think it takes 2 or 3 laps, maybe 5, for them to get really bunched up and going again. Get those things chugging along.
And Ian pulled out to a huge lead. Half a second lead off of Carl Stanton here.
He's using the cheat codes. Do you know that, Josh?
Well, they're also running side by side for second place, and Ian's loving to see that.
And they single filed back now. We'll start seeing these guys get caught up, I think.
A little bit of bump draft in here between the,
the
87 and 88. That could spell trouble for Ian, that's for sure.
It could. Yep, there it is. 88's inside of, oh, maybe 90. He threw a little blocky down on him, huh?
That's a bold move when you're only 20 laps into a race. But here they go again.
Yep, they got him now. Into 3 and 4. And Staton has cleared Ian Martin. With the 87 of Kyle Hall right behind him. They're going to push through. But Ian's hanging on that outside just like Staton did previously. Oh, a little contact between the two.
And it looks like the cars behind them are seeing the side-by-side. And, well, they were getting lined up. Now they're getting double file again. But if that train behind them could get lined up, they could actually make a charge to the front here.
Yeah. And then you got Ryan Battle coming on the outside. He's looking to get up there behind Ian, I think, again. Because he was helping him earlier.
Yeah, really aggressive side draft there, too. And iRacers really did a good job this past build, actually incorporating a little more side draft in these cars.
Yeah.
Where if you really get to the side of the car, you can stall out that car. And
I did read that in the notes. Did you guys have any of that in the Friday night race at Talladega?
I was using it quite a bit.
What did you end up with your finish there?
I believe it was 5th.
Very nice. It went caution free?
No.
No?
It was a rough night. We'll just leave it at that. It looks like the first 3 rows are side by side.
Yeah.
Looks like Ian's got a little bit of a lead here, but
reminiscent
here comes
of
Carl
a super
back on
speedway race.
Yeah, here comes Carl back on the bottom. A little help from the 87 here, Kyle Hall. At 17, Andrew Ewing. They got a nice. They're nice and formed up there.
Oh! What a save by Ian. He laid rubber down. He was saving that thing just now.
I don't know if that was a little bit of trying to side draft too hard or a bump gone wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's roll it back a little bit and see what happened there.
Yep, that's what happened. The A7
Yeah.
got into the 88, shot the 88 up the track into Ian.
Same thing as before when we were talking, 2 cars going for that same area on the track. It just doesn't work like that, boys.
It's not like these vehicles have a real straight lined up bumper either. The front of the cars are kind of sharp and pointy. So if you hit somebody wrong, it's not going to be fun for either one of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Look like a 3-car push now on the outside.
Remember what we talked about earlier about, there it is.
In the wall. Oh, Statton's going to hang on to it, though. You were talking about it, that pointy
I
front
was just talking about
bumper,
that
man.
3-car bump. Yeah, it's that when you get 3 cars bumping, it usually doesn't work out too well.
Let's look at that again. Looks like he's got the... He's going to swipe. But look, I think that's what happened. He got too far up on his right rear and just hooked it
Yep.
into the wall. That's not good for Statton. Looks like Statton...
Hopefully, he might be able to get a yellow to get that fixed up.
Looks like
But he
Statton's
is-
got a lot of damage and he's falling back pretty far.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know.
falling back hard.
Oh yeah, that right front's done. Hopefully he can get a caution and get back in this one. Back to the front with Ian. A lot of aggressive side drafting.
Unfortunately, that's what you kind of got to do in this style of racing is get right up on that side wall. Get right up on the side of the car there. Stall it out. Get yourself a nice run off the corner. It really benefits the guy on the outside more than it does on the inside, that's for sure. Oh, the 17 car just got loose in the corner there, too.
If I see a caution again, I'm going to get tires. You know?
I would agree with you.
If you're driving them off that like that with this legacy track, which I think has higher tire degradation than some of the newer ones do, I would say that that's probably a good idea. I mean, we've knocked off a couple of guys, and you know you can get to the front if you're Battle or Ian Martin. I'd go get some tires. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, absolutely. I mean, it was definitely an abrasive track. As we're trying to go 3 wide for the lead up here. Thought they were going to make
second.
4
Oh,
wide.
it ain't gonna work.
Oh no!
Oh, he saved it.
Saving it.
Oh,
he saved it
it. What a save! Wow.
all the way through John Deere country. Gets back on the track.
Let's go on board with Ryan through that one.
Just mowing the lawn. It looked like a bump from the outside, and
Yep, there it is. Oh, and then a tag on the left rear. And we'll take a little ride through this grass right here. John Deere, back on track. What a save. That's really
that's
good driving.
incredible. It's incredible right there.
It looks like Andrew Ewing cleared the front of Ian Martin. He's now leading this race in the Jack.
Has a power move on the outside to get around him, but it looks like Ian's coming back on the outside now. Neither one of them have any help or friend right now, so
And they should have hooked up and been off to the races if I was them, but instead they're choosing to do some 2x2, and the rest of that pack's going to catch them, Josh.
well, fortunately they got a little breathing room to 1 car behind them, and then the pack that's behind them, 4-car pack, isn't really
Yeah,
formed up.
I guess they're a full second behind that third place guy, Kyle Hall, so not
Yeah,
really
they're
sure
not-
how the draft model works with the super stocks or street stocks, but
They get they're pushing a pretty big hole. I mean, it's an older car, big wide Camaro. They push a pretty big hole. So when you get back, a second and a half, you can still suck up to the car in front of you. As Ian takes the lead once again. But that third place car caught them and is right on their bumper. As he's making a move to the outside of Andrew Ewing right now.
And down the backstretch, he's going to tuck up behind Ian, it looks like. But 17 still got a pretty good run by himself on the inside. Still got a bumper. And looks like he's going to clear him into 3.
And 87 got a little, just a little bit loose too. Going down the backstretch.
We've already seen that a couple times tonight. Getting too aggressive on that rear bumper will get that guy out of shape in front of you. They got 6 cars lined up behind him, though. They better get to racing. Those guys are trying to catch him.
They'll be there quickly, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, and they're all working together. They're not trying to race each other. They're just trying to turn that lap. We used to talk about queuing it up, Josh. What does that mean to you?
Well, a queue line is when you keep the car tight to the line down in the corner and let your momentum take you up to the wall, not scrubbing the tires too much. You see a lot of guys just kind of hug the bottom. That really bogs the car down. When you can let the car float up to the wall and keep your momentum up, you'll gain some time.
Yeah, I mean, turning the wheels scrubs speed as well, and I think that's part of that whole thing, too, is getting that wheel straightened out faster, get you back up to speed quicker.
Absolutely, but it looks like the front 3 now got in line, and they're keeping the gap pretty good.
The gap now is about like 0.5, 0.6 and a half, 0.6. I think these guys are going to catch them. They've got that draft. They're pulling up on them now. Yeah, the 90 and the 2 got hooked up real good, and they're moving now. 0.4, 0.5 now.
Yeah, that back group is kind of discombobulated right now, but they're still making some time.
Oh, they're there. Well, this race just went from a 3-car race back up to a 9-car race. It should get pretty interesting now.
Especially if that 2-car of Kenny Zeems here can get a run on the outside.
Yeah, he's looked quick all night. He's been looking at that outside. I think he was outside earlier at one point. And Kenny's got one of the higher I ratings of the people in the field. Kenny Zeems and Ken Zeems both have super high I ratings in the 3,800 and 4,000 area. Ian Martin with the highest of 5,200.
Yep, here goes. Here they go to the outside here. It's a good push on the outside. As Ian goes up to the top side of the block.
Necessary. Very
Oh,
necessary.
absolutely.
It's not clear down yet. It looks like the 2's not having any of that. He's going to go outside. 90's going to
Yeah,
follow
try to make
him or
it pretty
stay
wide.
in? What's 90 going to do here?
I think he's going to get right on the back bumper of the 2-car.
And you called it, coming off of, what are we at, turn 2? Head down the
Down the
backstretch.
backstretch.
Yep, there it
There's
is.
Ian
There's the
just
push.
stuck there at the sucker line.
Yep, sucker hole for Ian. That's no good. He needs his
Especially
buddy. He needs his buddy Battle back up there. Where'd Battle go? Battle's back
Battle's
to 10th.
falling back to 10th, yeah.
Yeah. With the 7, they're working together. They're 7 seconds off the pace. Oh, they're wrecking! Oh, they saved it! What a save! Holy crap!
That was
Wow.
incredible.
Hey, me and you'd have been, again, we'd have been going to the hauler.
You just can't do that.
Let's look at it again.
90 got a good bump on the 2. I think he got the 2 a little out of shape. Yeah. Pushed the 2 right down into Ian.
It looks like
And
Ian
Ian
was
was-
coming up a little bit at the same time. And nobody wrecks. That's wild. Awesome, though. Oh, look at that.
As we come back to
That
action
time they did.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
I think I should stay in the replay. Otherwise these guys are just going to keep wrecking. All right, let's see what happened here.
That started further back, yeah. Looks like the 2 was trying to side draft to Kyle Hall there in the 87.
Let's go to that and this, and we'll see exactly what happened. 2 clap, 64, 98, and then the 64. Oh! Yep, just spun it. No contact to the wall, though. So it looks like all the guys are going to get through that unscathed anyway. And we're going to have a heck of a shootout for the end of this thing.
Now here's the question: 5 laps to go. Do you take tires?
Absolutely. You got nothing to lose.
No, I think especially if you're in the back.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
If you're more than four cars deep, I'm going in. So if I'm Ian Martin, I'm going in. He's in 5th.
Absolutely.
Why not, right? I've already been up there. I know what it's like. I'm gonna go get the best of the best that I can have, and I'm gonna go to the front. But you gotta have those guys go with you. All the guys behind you gotta go with you. No takers so far. It looks like we'll have Statton's gonna get his car fixed though. So he's gonna get tires and he's gonna get that right side, right front fixed up. Looks like the 63 and the 11 are gonna also do the same. And McClure is gonna get his wave by, I believe, and that's what's happening now.
Yep.
Lucky dog. If I'm him, I'm definitely. How about you?
Absolutely. You've
Yeah,
got nothing to
nothing
lose.
to
You're going to be
lose.
starting dead last. You might as well.
Back to the front, we got Andrew Ewing and Kenny Zeems first and second.
Yep, Kyle Hall and Kenny Zeems 3rd and 4th here.
Go to Ian Martin and Kyle Harbin in the 6th spot.
And Amy Catalino and Mike Connolly round out row 4.
In row 5, we got James Batzer. Those guys were 7 seconds back, working hard together. Might see them run toward the front here toward the end of this one.
I see if those 2 can get hooked up, they might have something going on. They got Amy Catalino, 2, and Carl Staten.
Yeah, but then coming off pit road, we got Andrew Freeling and then Max McClure coming around on his lucky dog run. And then Carl Staten still in the pits and Travis Reese both getting those machines fixed up. Looks like Statton's rolling now.
It looks like we got 2 cars out of the race, Michael Vertis and Ron Morris.
Yep, still
rounding out the last.
Yep, that's from the last one still. And they just barely cleared the pace car. The pace car lights are out, so we'll be going racing next lap with, 3 to go?
3 to go. 3-lap shootout.
So green, white checker, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And I think this is going to get exciting. This is going to look a lot like the heat race from earlier.
I think
Again,
we'll
3,
see
4 wide.
Yeah, I think we'll see 3 and 4 wide there coming to that finish line because that's about this perfect amount of time to get them crazy.
Now, if you could get them 6 wide if you want to.
Let's see if they can do it. That'd be pretty cool.
And don't forget to tune in next week. We'll be at Phoenix.
Yeah, next week, Phoenix, Sunday night. Practice starts at 9:45. Race usually runs at what time? 10:15? That's what time?
10:15, yep.
So race starts at 10:15. It'll be broadcasted here on Intensity Broadcasting with me and Josh every Sunday night for the next 4 weeks. We'll see if they pick this league back up again. I'm having a great time calling. How about you, Josh?
Absolutely. As the pace car comes in, coming off turn 4.
Green flag, green flag.
Green is out. And Andrew Ewing didn't get as big a jump as we've seen tonight, but the jump nonetheless. As they're going to try to make it 3 wide going into turn 1.
Looks like the 90 who was in second jumped down there and got in behind. And they're going to race down the backstretch.
A single file for the first 3 cars. And double wide all the way back.
Looks like a bunch of hornets ready to pounce on him. It's coming for him now. Ian Martin, a little contact with the 2 back there. And the 90's going to dip high. 90's going to get hooked up with that too, I think. Here comes Ian Martin on the inside.
3 wide as they come through turn 3.
Power move. Oh, 90 wrecked
Oh!
into the wall. He's flipping.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
44's through the infield. Wow.
Somebody's collected the inside wall too. Looks like it was the Mike Connolly? Yeah, Mike Connolly plowed the inside wall.
All right, let's look at Mike Connolly's in-car view of this one. Let's see what happened there. Some contact. The 2 hits the wall. Bam! There it is. That's where Connolly got it. Yeah, no choice. Product of the race type.
So it looks like there will be 3 attempts
At
at
the
a green-white checker finish.
Perfect.
Or if anybody will come in for tires this time. Just a product of a bad bump right there.
Yeah. I think he pushed him down a little bit, and that's how that one got going. Let's see from inside of Ken Ziem's car how he felt. Maybe he doesn't know that guy's there. Oh yeah, he does. He just got, like you said, he got tagged and along for the ride. That's unfortunate. Looks like Ken's race is done. He had to tow back.
Well, it looks like we do have a couple cars on pit road right now.
Yeah, that's
Looks like all the cars. Yep, all the cars that were involved in the wreck there.
the 2, the 44. He was the one that went spinning through the infield there.
The 88 of Carl's on got involved in that one.
Carl Staton did too.
Yeah, Carl's pretty beat up.
Yeah, that is pretty beat up. Did we see what happened to him? I didn't see what happened to him.
I believe he had that damage from when he got into the wall earlier.
Oh yeah, he still had the right front damage there. Doesn't look like he gets into that one at all. Looks like he got it fixed though.
Yep, he's rolling. Well,
Right front. Looks better than it did.
that's for sure.
Michigan's a fun track. I like racing there in pretty much any car, actually. Because there are so many grooves and you can get high and get low and make a run down the apron through the tri-oval and all that fun stuff.
Definitely leads itself for some interesting racing. Definitely you can figure out where your car is going to work the best, move around, get the clean air, get a good run off the corner if you run high, or try to get under someone and force them around if you get low. So here we come to the first attempt at a green-white checker finish here, with Andrew Ewing leading and Ian Martin in second. What do you see happening here, Joe?
I see the same thing we just saw, which was a lot of aggression and fun stuff. I mean, these guys are going for it. They're not holding back. They're trying to win this first race of the Sabbath, the Sabbath series. It's going to be fun. I think Ian's going to get a good jump here, and we'll see what happens, though.
Absolutely, as they come off of turn 4.
He's going to be right up next to Jack, or not Jack, just Jack Carr. Ewing and Ian. Ewing and Ian are going to put in some work here. There we go. And just as I said, he's right up alongside of him. Well, he's ducking behind.
Yep. –
3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th. 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 3 w
little bit of contact there, but it looks like they're going to hold it through.
And that's that Ryan Battle guy, that aggressive boy. He's coming. He's going to put it on. That 87 here coming down the backstretch.
Oh, move for the lead here. So they come down into turn 3.
23 of Kyle Harbin's helping out Ian on the inside. Looks like they're going to clear.
Looks like that 87 is going to try to duck down there too, but no, he's going to stay on the 17 here. Push him down the front stretch.
Got a 3-car push. Ryan Battle's getting into him hard there. Oh, we're going to get a little... That 3-car push ain't going to work.
No, as the white flag is out.
So this will be it. Wreckers or checkers.
Bring home the trophy or bring home the wheel. As Ian makes a power move down to the bottom here. Oh, a little contact. Is he going to get that little side draft off the corner here?
Oh,
get
the
some help from
17 got
23?
dumped by the 87. Here comes Ryan Battle up the back. Oh, big push down the backstretch. And not quite clear.
Oh, a little contact in the back between the 64 and the 7.
Battle's clean on the 17. Oh, he just dumped him. We got a 3 wide now. 23.
4 wide.
5 wide. 5 wide of the finish. Ian Martin's going to take the win. What a finish.
Wow. That was impressive.
Let's go back and take a look at that one coming to the finish line. Five wide, those 3 cars at the bottom. Holy crap. Ryan Battle ends up with a 3rd. Kyle Harbin in 2nd. Andrew Ewing with a 4th. Amy Catalano 1 and Amy Catalano 2 take 5 and 6.
What's impressive is the top 5 were only gapped by 0.06.
That's wild. 0.06 for the top 5 cars. Amazing finish. Ian Martin's doing his burnout, riding through the green infield here in Michigan. Let her burn it down, young man. Burn it down. You deserved it. He's up there all day.
Incredible finish.
Really fun for our first race. Good job to Josh Hall, Ian Martin. Great win. Look at the way that tire turns inside. You see that?
Yeah.
I think you might have broke the suspension, Ian. The tire is missing.
That's a first.
How about
Is he gonna pull him in the lane?
how about we pull him into our broadcast and have a little broadcast with him,
Absolutely.
or interview? I'm sorry. Here we go. Bringing Ian in. Hey, Ian, it's Joe and Josh in the booth. How you doing?
Pretty good.
What a finish. 5 wide at the stripe, and you took it. You were up there all day. Great racing. How do you feel about it?
I don't even have words. That was amazing racing the entire time.
There was a couple of times where we thought you guys were going to wreck for sure, and you were able to save it. Staten was able to save it. A couple of other guys were able to save it and bring it back. Battle got knocked to the back in one of those. He was 7 seconds back. If it wasn't for the caution, he wouldn't have been there at the end. He ends up with a 3rd place. Anything else?
I'm just surprised that I won the race. There was one point where I got my right rear hooked, headed straight for the outside wall, and somehow hung on to it. I don't know how I did it. And then Carl had bad luck, got hooked in the wall on a bad push by Ryan, I think it was.
Yeah, it was just a racing deal. You hooked him by accident. How did you got anybody you want to thank?
I mean, obviously the 2 leagues coming together, this iRacing Superstock League and the Mason-Dixon Racing League. This was a last-minute change. We didn't have many people wanting to race what we had planned, so we switched it up last second. And we're out here with 17 guys on a last-minute plan for 4 weeks, and it's going to be awesome. Glad to have you guys here to broadcast for us.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great time. I think Josh had a good time. How was it, Josh?
That was incredible racing all around. And a lot of contact, a lot of full body racing, but it was fun. A lot of respect between these guys too. You could tell that.
That was discussed in the drivers' meeting as well, that we weren't going to be taking no crap. We wanted clean racing. Last night in the Mason-Dixon Racing League, they had their season opener. It was 50 laps, and we ran 48 laps, I think it was, green. We had to have green flag pit stops for gas. That's how long we ran. And a lot of those guys came back for tonight, and I think it definitely showed.
Yeah, it was a great show you guys put on tonight, and I'm excited to call it again next week. And I guess we'll see you, me and Atlee will see you tomorrow night.
You sure will. New Smyrna tomorrow night. Going to be a blast.
Perfect. Well, Ian, good job. Congratulations, and good run tonight. I'm going to pull Carl Staton in here if he would come with us and ask him about what happened to him and see how he feels about it.
10-4, go ahead.
Hey, Carl, it's Joe and Josh in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
So you ran a really good race up until a point where you got hooked by Ryan. It looked like it was just bad timing on his part, and you slapped the wall. How's about it?
Yeah, it's just one of those racing deals, man. Sometimes you get good luck, sometimes you get bad luck. You just gotta take it as it is and just move on to next week and the next race. That's all.
Yeah, very cool. We saw you guys have a really good battle up front, and it was fun to watch guys respecting each other's runs and things of that nature. Not so much blocking and blocking. Josh, got anything for him?
No, that was just an incredible race all around. I mean, it's tough that you weren't there at the end, but man, I'm just impressed how this race finished and turned out.
Yeah, that's one thing we all talked about before the race was, race clean. People get runs, don't try to block them because we don't want to race under caution. We want to race green flag laps and have good, clean racing. So put a show on for y'all and appreciate y'all broadcasting.
Yeah, great job, guys. That was a great race. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for doing some interviews with us. Try to get some of those other guys up in the booth this next week, and we'll see what we can do with them. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, Josh. Well, that concludes our first race with the Sabbath Sunday with Mason-Dixon and Super Stocks. You got anything else?
Like I said, I'm just speechless from the end of that race. I mean, 5 wide, less than a tenth separating the top 5. I mean, it was just incredible racing, top to bottom. A lot of hard racing. Congratulations, Ian. Put on a show, got these guys together. Man, I'm excited for next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night on Intensity Broadcasting. We're going to bring you the Super Stock Series at New Smyrna. Have a good one. And that's us signing off.